Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another SQL practice problem. So today's question is determine a running total of sales per day by transaction date. Determine a running total of sales per day by transaction date. So if you look at your ER diagram and you look at the question, we can see that we need to return a date column, total of sales, and we need to have another column which is going to return the running total. So we should, in theory, have returned three columns. So again, looking at our ER diagram, we can see that we can capture the requirements from the payments table. So from payments, I'll just do a select star. And we can see that our payment date is a date time stamp. So we need to convert that. We have the amount column. So let's return our first expected output, which is the date. So in order to do that, we need to use the um, function cast. Payment date as date. Remember, I like to execute often. See, so now it only returns the date. It has removed the timestamp. Then we have to have the amount. And we know that we want to return the total. So we want to take the sum of this column and let's execute again. Oh, forgot that needs to be in the group by. So non-aggregate values are always in the group by. Something to remember. Okay, so now we have our payment date and we have total amount. Now the next thing we need to do is return a running total, which means that it is going to look at a specific row and add the previous row and return a total. So in order to do that, we have to use what we call a window function. And since we want to return a running total, we want to use the sum. And we are going to sum the amounts. And every window function uses an over clause because you have to specify the rows in which you want to utilize this window function over. So over And then you have to use either partition by or order by. So in this case, we have to use the order by because we have to do a running total. So it has to be in order by actually, in this case, we can do it by the date. Because we're doing it per day. So let's do order by. And then we have to cast payment date. Date. Let's just see what happens here. Okay. So this is pretty common. Some amount must appear in the group by. Okay, so let's just say that we take this error and we implement the change that it is recommending. So we want to group by 1, 2, 3, right? So we put group by 3, and the error that's going to appear next. Aha. So it's very important to remember that window functions cannot be in the group by. So anytime you see an error like this, it usually means that you have to basically turn this line or this window function into a form in which SQL does not recognize it as a window function from its absolute form. So in order to do that, I know it sounds a little off, but we basically just have to add a sum again. And this will take it out of its window function format and allow SQL to recognize it as just a non-aggregate. So let's see. Oops, let's remove this. Let's see, hold on. Sum parentheses, sum amount. Oh, I'm forgetting a extra parentheses. Happens. Oh man, so never lose track of your parentheses. That's the lesson probably for this video. There you go. So this is the final output. So as you can see, 116 plus 1188 will give you 1305. 2459 plus 1188 will give you 3648. 1275 plus 3648 will give you 4923. So this answers the question. Thank you so much for watching, and I apologize for the mistakes. And I will see you all in the next video.